Hello Internet, I'm Chad Goodwin, and on today's episode of Industry Plant, I am in the Music City, Nashville, Tennessee, to visit a vegan food manufacturer and deli that ships their signature seitan meat and cheese products all across the nation, which is music to my ears. I'm gonna be stepping into the kitchen with musician and owner Ben Stix to see what all the buzz is about at the BeHive. Let's clock in. Hey guys, Ben, how are you, man?
Good, man. How you doing?
Vicky, nice to meet you.
Like the classic elbow touch.
Oh yeah. Well, thank you guys so much for having me today at
Thanks
the
for
BeHive. What are we gonna be whipping up in the kitchen
We're
today?
gonna do a classic Italian with the pepperoni, and then also some deli slices as well.
Yeah, and this is served cold.
Cold,
nice
bread,
like lunch wrap,
garnier
grab.
meal.
Okay.
Yeah. Oil and vinegar. It's fucking tight. And then we have Vicky, the kitchen manager, who's gonna make it for us.
Okay. Well, I'm excited to dive in.
Hell yeah. So we make all these meats like in our production facility. We have the pepperoni and the deli slices, but we also have like roast beef and bacon and taco meat and all this other stuff. And then we made this deli with all these products that we make. So it's kind of like a showcase type of thing. This sandwich in particular is kind of like our oldest one, which is really awesome. So we started pulling out some of the bread because with seitan, that it being kind of just like a really dense high protein bread, we were like, okay, well, it can't just be bread on bread on bread. What we put on there first was like a giardiniera mayo that we make in-house, actually. We make the mayo from scratch. So right now what we're doing is these are our classic deli slices, which are a thinly sliced seitan with a marinade in there that's got some vinegars and mustard. It's kind of got a bright type of flavor to it. And then what we're doing over here is the pepperoni. This is our flagship product. This is kind of our most popular thing, mostly used on pizzas, but really good on a sandwich. Super clean label, just like vital wheat gluten, sun-dried tomato, white northern beans, and just some liquids and spices with kind of a marinade.
That's actually a power snack for me on the line.
Oh,
when I'm rocking on the line, 12 to 14 hour shifts, cranking out pancakes and burgers, I'll drop down with 3 or 4 pepperonis and a dollop of ranch and back up.
And so we throw some lettuce on there, some classic shredded iceberg, and then we have oil and vinegar. We used to not put the oil and vinegar on there. Once I figured that out, I was like, why haven't I done this for it? And I did. I was like, this is it. This is like, why? This is the missing ingredient. Yeah. And then tomatoes and onions, classic. And that's how you get the sandwich, you know?
Wow. Good looking sub. There's something so satisfying about seeing a nice, fully loaded deli sandwich.
It's the shit. It feels really good.
BeHive. It's buzzing. It's buzzing in the BeHive right now. Wow, wow, wow. Food is looking delish. Shout out to Chef Vicky for wrapping this up for us. To start things off, you know, you've had a pretty unique startup story.
Yeah.
How do you think your experience in a touring band, cooking for people at their houses and going into the chaos of events, music, how did all that prepare you for getting into the food service industry?
I think it was really integral, right? Like, I mean, one of the things for being a musician, right, is like how to take your art and communicate it to people, right? And I think I learned a long time ago, it's just like, well, you throw on a stage, you like that?
Wow.
Like, you know, I see food as art, music as art, and it's kind of like, how do you create something that you're passionate about that has a mission behind it, and then be able to throw a show or communicate it to someone like that. So like all of our touring, working together as a band, and then traveling a lot to like have a show and then perform and then like kind of go back and like hit the grind, like that was all so integral to where I am now and help build the landscape for where we are now.
Yeah, I'm starting to see why musicians make such great line cooks. You know, they're grinding it out shows, long hours. All right, so we got our sandwiches wrapped, and now I'm seeing some tortilla.
Yeah.
I do some crunch wrap stuff at my restaurant as well. So again, this whole trip here is I'm seeing old friends. I'm seeing things that remind me of home, but I want to see how you guys do it.
Yeah, we just do straight up classic crunch wrap, right?
Okay.
So we have these the taco meat, which is just basically seitan, and then we add our queso, which we make here, and then we have our tostada and some sour cream. We'll add some lettuce and some pico, and basically that's it. We wrap it up. You get the hexagonal shape like a classic crunch wrap, but it's basically what this is, just classic crunch wrap. And I know it's kind of the basic thing that everyone loves, but this is like our most popular item in the store.
Yeah.
And we just finished it off the grill, put a little bit of weight on it. So before we had the deli, we were doing like those pop-up events, right? And one time we did a fast food one where we had like a Big Mac, we had a KFC like chicken bowl, and we had a crunch wrap. And the crunch wrap, well, the event was bonkers, but like that crunch wrap just was crazy and everyone loved it. And then we threw it as a special a couple of times, and every time it's just killed. So eventually we just put it on the menu. And then it did so well, we had like 2 other ones. We have a breakfast crunch wrap, and then we have a pizza crunch.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we also do a Nashville hot crunch
Yeah,
wrap.
Vicky
and all
was
this
just
other
telling me
crazy
about
stuff,
maybe a secret menu Monday type deal.
And then on Wednesday, we have a $6 crunch wrap. So basically $6 crunch wrap, and people love that shit.
Yeah,
so it's
value meal type activity. So much about your experience, that communication and music and art. How do you think you found drumming and seitan? You know, 2 very different processes.
Yeah, and what I liked about seitan was that, especially with a vegan skeptical meat eater, you know, tofu and tempeh is actually kind of hard to make. But if you were just to go to the store and get some tofu or tempeh, you're like, what the hell do I do with this? It's actually like harder. It's easier to make bad. You gotta put some time into it, you know? Yeah. Whereas like seitan has a really good chew. It has more of like a flavor on the front end without marinating it, and like kind of a better texture too. So
on like in Southern Indiana, we had like Blimpies and like Subway or like Quiznos, and you have that classic deli wrap and you bite into it and things just fire off in your brain.
Exactly.
Like a classic Taco Bell crunch wrap, you know what it feels like to eat that. There's a certain like savory aspect of the meat that, you know, sometimes you don't get from vegan options.
Yeah.
But just biting into these, like, I don't think you could tell the difference.
Yeah.
You know, what kind of advice would you give to someone looking to make an impact through plant-based foods?
If you want to do something, you just got to try it. Like, the only reason I'm here anywhere is because I want to play music. I'm going to go play music. I'm going to do this. I want to join this band. I want to do this. Or like, what if we threw this event? Like, let's just do 1 or 2, and then that's cool. And then it's like, oh, yeah, let's do this every week. And then like, what if we did this? We're like, well, fuck it. Let's try it. You just can't be afraid of failure.
Yeah.
Because almost the more you fail is actually the more successful you're getting, because you're learning what's not working. And because you're failing, it means you're trying.
Well, Ben, thank you so much for letting us invade the BeHive today. Absolutely buzzing in here.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure to meet you, and this food was so good. I'm gonna need some to-go boxes, and I know, my boys behind the cameras. I can see drool coming down the sides of their mouths.
I feel like we're about to make some more food in general.
Yeah, we're about to feed the crew. So thank you so much. I appreciate you, my friend.
Thanks for coming out.
Well, folks, that was the BeHive, serving up deli sandwich deliciousness right here in Nashville, Tennessee, as well as shipping their signature seitan meats and cheeses out across the nation. If you've got an incredible vegan restaurant in your city, be sure to let us know in the comments, and make sure you like and subscribe for more episodes of Industry Plant, and to catch season 2 of Top Vegan right here on YouTube. I'll see you at the top.